LeBron James says his agent wasn't speaking for him when he speculated on Laker trades. A reporter known for missing one story after another claims the Dodgers have an offer for Kyle Tucker. And more teams are lining up to talk with Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter. Good morning. I'm James. And this is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is January 15th, 2026. Welcome back to Ice Station Bravo, where it is currently negative 5 degrees. Yikes. Hey, we did add a new subscriber to the Angeleno Familia yesterday. Thank you. We'll do our best to keep you informed. And if you like being in the know about LA sports, clickety-clack the like button. Clickety-clack the subscribe button. There's a notification bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop an update. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. By all means, comment. Now, before we go through the news and notes, we have a look at the scoreboard with some pretty interesting notes, I have to say. Clippers 119, Washington 105. After that trash-tacular 6-21 start, the Clippers are just a half game out of the last spot of the play-in tournament. So yeah, that's why you didn't blow up the team, guys. Meanwhile, UCLA 71, Penn State 60. Normally I list a top scorer, but dude, I'm going to go in the opposite direction. Donovan Dent is being paid big NIL money and scored exactly 0 points. Dude was supposed to lift the Bruins to new heights with his shooting. He shot 40% from 3 last year. Now, 9%. And Las Vegas edged the Kings in overtime 3-2. Meanwhile, today, Charlotte is at the Lakers at 7:30. So with that out of the way, what do you say we get to the news? LeBron James did his very best to initiate a cleanup on aisle 5 after the Lakers won on Tuesday. We discussed this yesterday, how his agent, Rich Paul, went on a podcast and said, if I ran the Lakers, I would trade Austin Reeves to Memphis for forward Jaren Jackson. Now, this necessitated more industrial strength cleansers than at your finer adult film stores and a battalion of janitors to boot. Because James knows damn well people see him as a de facto general manager everywhere he's played. The drama never stops. He is perfectly willing to use surrogates to try to get his way. He may be Delulu when it comes to beating Father Time in those Nike commercials, but he is still aware of his public perception. So when stunts like this go awry, he tries to put out the fire. So, according to James' quote, I think you all know by now, Rich is his own man. And what Rich says is not a direct reflection of me and how I feel. And I hope people know that. I hope people know that. And if they're not sensible to know that, then I don't know what to tell them. Unquote. So, do you believe that? And if you believe that, have you passed a urine test lately? Even if we were to take James at his word, which I don't, what your agent says is in fact a direct reflection of you. Because agents are, by definition, your representative. Now, James had a deep well to draw from, a deep well of denials. Quote, AR knows how I feel about him. All you got to do is look at us on the bench. Me and AR talk every single day. So AR knows how I feel about him, and I hope AR or his camp don't look at me and think this is words from me are coming through Rich. Rich has his own perspective of what he sees. I have my perspective. I'm a grown man. He's a grown man. And I think people should realize that grown men can say whatever the F they want to say, and it shouldn't reflect somebody else is saying it, unquote. nobody's saying anything about your feelings for Reeves. We're talking about your feelings about wanting to still run the Lakers, even though somebody else paid $10 billion for the privilege of running the Lakers. Mark Walter didn't scratch that $10 billion check just to have you take over and run the team, my dude. You know, the more I hear LeBron James talk, the more he sounds like a married senior citizen. Only his spouse is the Lakers, right? You ever see an old couple together? You know, you look at an old couple and you get the vibe that they low-key hate each other, but they're not going to divorce because they know they can't do better at that stage of life. And that's when it dawns on you by looking at them. Lies are what keep people together long term. LeBron James's agent suggesting Laker trades is the equivalent of an 85-year-old dude wanting his wife to get breast implants. It's all a facade. And she doesn't want to do it, and the dude admits defeat, and he's like, yeah, you're still beautiful, I still love you. And then he goes off and privately wishes for death. That is the stage at what we're at with LeBron James and the Lakers' relationship. Lies. Nothing but lies. One person is still wanting to assert dominance, and everybody is lying. Still like watching them play, though. If you're a Laker fan, let me know what you think in the comments thread. Meanwhile, Bob Nightingale of USA Today is not known for his accuracy. We have discussed in the past about how he thought he broke a scoop that Trevor Bauer had reached a deal with the Mets, only it turned out to be the Dodgers. About a month ago, he also incorrectly claimed that the Cubs had signed Zach Gallen, who, by the way, is still a free agent as we speak. So, if you still want to take what I'm about to say as a hot, sticky, some would say moist, Dodger hot stove rumor, you've been warned. Bob Nightingale is claiming, quote, the Dodgers are also lurking with a huge short-term deal, unquote, for Kyle Tucker. There had been reports the Mets offered the top free agent on the market $50 million a year. The problem, of course, is that Kyle Tucker doesn't want a huge short-term deal. He wants a huge long-term deal. And he gets injured a lot for somebody who's just turned 28. So, not exactly this fire rumor that we're hearing. Are you a Chargers fan? Because I got some news for you. Unless Jesse Minter shows up to these interviews with his pants down to his ankles, we all ought to just assume he's getting a better job. Straight and simple. There are 9 coaching vacancies in the NFL, and Minter is in the running for almost all of them. There are 7 teams that want to talk to the guy. The latest, Pittsburgh. They just requested an interview. And I have to say, the Steelers have their own way of doing things, which makes the job very attractive and makes Minter a favorite. This is just me speculating. Here are the reasons. In my lifetime, there have only been 3 Steelers coaches. Like Minter, Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin were all former defensive coordinators. And they were all super young when they were hired. Minter fits that mold, guys. Absolutely. LAFC has claimed forward Tyler Boyd off waivers from Nashville, but that's not really what makes it interesting. Boyd was traded to Nashville from the Galaxy. So it's another roundabout way of a former Galaxy guy joining the rival or vice versa. Boyd was at one point of his career a speed guy. He did score 7 goals for the Galaxy in 2023. Unfortunately, the anterior cruciate ligament in his knee snapped last year, so I can't tell you how much the guy has left in the tank. Now, don't get me wrong, I totally get why LAFC would take a flyer on him. But I'm assuming if he makes the team, it's going to be as a sub. Until Angel City FC starts winning matches, I think every one of their off-season transactions should be filed under the heading shuffling chairs on the deck of the Titanic. They made 2 more deals yesterday. They added goalie Faith Wen, another college player. And then they sent midfielder Macy Hodge to Racing Louisville for cash considerations. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Talk to me about whether or not you really think LeBron James did not have a hand in those Laker rumors. For that matter, do you buy into the idea of the Dodgers being so close to trying to land Kyle Tucker? And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day. Thank you for watching. I'm James, and we'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Kian Cortel Queso production. Take care.